As many celebrate the life of President George H.W. Bush, they remember his public service. One Middle Tennessee woman met Bush at the White House when she was just 9 years old. News Channel 5's Brandon Marshall spoke with her today about the encounter and his impact on her life. So Brandon, what stood out to her the most about the president?
Well, Vicki, Larissa DeSantis says the former president made her feel like one of his grandkids. His passion to help others inspires her to do the same through education.
So looking at why things went extinct.
Dr. Larissa DeSantis teaches students about mammal fossils at Vanderbilt University.
We're writing up the paper.
Her passion goes back to when she was 9 and had a rare opportunity to meet former President George H.W. Bush.
It really just changed my whole world.
DeSantis lives with epilepsy. In 1989, she was named the national poster child for the Epilepsy Society of America, and President Bush invited her to the White House.
When I first walked in, one of the things we did is we actually lit a candle, and it was for the light of understanding, which was a symbol for the Epilepsy Society. And we decided that we were going to blow out the candle, and at the end, he said, "I hope my wish comes true because it's about you."
The two spoke about advocating for the rights of people living with disabilities. In 1990, Bush passed the Americans With Disabilities Act, which banned discrimination based on disabilities and opened doors for millions like DeSantis.
I wanted to go to this marine science camp. And at the time, there was sort of this question as to whether I'd be able to go, but because of the ADA, reasonable accommodations were made.
She's thankful for the president's commitment, even on something as small as writing an absence excuse note to give to her elementary school teacher.
He went straight to his desk, he let me pick out the stationery, he wrote the letter to my teacher, and it said, "Dear Mrs. Chessel, please excuse Larissa, you see she came to see me. Sincerely, George Bush." And at the end of writing it, he says, "That ought to do it."
Bush was known for writing letters.
Dear President George H.W. Bush.
On the 25th anniversary of the ADA, DeSantis wrote one to him.
You allowed me to dream big and never let anyone question my abilities.
To this day, she encourages her students to be proud of themselves, like how the president impacted her many years ago.
You have changed mine and that of millions of Americans for the better. Thank you.
DeSantis says she is proud to live in a country where accommodations for people living with disabilities is law, thanks to President George H.W. Bush. At the 5 Alert Center tonight, Brandon Marshall, News Channel 5.